Hello, hello. It's Alicia from Quick and Delish. Welcome back. Great to see you. It's springtime here in San Francisco, and we've had a lovely, just a touch of chill in the air. I actually wore a t-shirt without sleeves outside. I tend to be on the cold side, so that's like amazing for me. So hope you're well. I have two super quick tips I wanted to share with you. I picked up some asparagus from Trader Joe's, and I like uh, to keep it super fresh. I'm probably gonna make a frittata with this, but to keep it super fresh, I cut the bottoms off, the dry stems, and then if the bunch is too big for the jar, then I'll break up the bunch. It's usually the case that it is too big, but I like to test it just in case. Removing the rubber bands, separating the two bunches, and putting these in the door of the refrigerator, and they stay fresh. Like if you change the water in maybe 4 or 5 days, approximately, they might stay fresh, and like change the water again in another 4 days, it might stay fresh for another 2 weeks solid if you change the water. It's pretty awesome because a lot of asparagus is a lot of asparagus, and it's good to have a variety of vegetables, variety, colors, flavors, textures, crunch, sweetness. Good to pair maybe bell peppers with and caramelized onions and mushrooms with asparagus. And mushrooms and asparagus are totally best friends. I know if you don't like either, then they're not friends at all. If you want to use a larger jar like this, you can, but it works perfectly fine with the shorter jar. Just wanted to give you options, options, options. Sometimes I run out of the smaller jars because that's what I put my soups and stews and overnight oats and chia seed pudding in. So the next demonstration is I was going to make a quick chia seed pudding. Let's see, try to make it so you can see them all. Okay, so these are 14-ounce jars. I love these. I love wide mouth jars are the best. The regular old fashioned size jars, the narrow ones are hard to clean manually. And imagine if you had big hands and you have to use a scrubby brush to get inside those jars. Okay, so I'm going to make chia seed pudding. And I'm going to use, I think I've mentioned this company before, Edison Granary. They make one of my favorites, quinoa crispies. Let me see if I could reach. Quinoa crispies with apple and nut butter, yum, or pear, whatever, or peach, nut butter and quinoa crispies. So I'm using Edison Granary's chia seeds. One of these days, I hope to become friends with Edison Granary. So I'm taking chia seeds. These are chia. Remember the 80s and the 90s when we were growing chia pets? Now we eat them. I mean, not the pets. Okay, last week I did 2 tablespoons, and I thought that was a little bit much for me. So I'm actually going to do 1.5 tablespoons, and I just did one in the first one. I'll do half, 1.5, 1.5. It's probably like a little bit more than a half, but you could do 2 tablespoons, but it's a lot of chia seeds. Here we go. That was the chia seeds. And then the next thing is the liquid. I got Trader Joe's organic soy milk. This guy is 9 grams of protein for 8-ounce cup. So I usually try to do I add half cup, not a whole. Half cup of milk, whatever. You could use water if you wanted, and then use Greek yogurt if you wanted. But starting with some protein is always good. There we go. And then, so check this out. I've made this multiple different ways. So I've done this You know, we're here quick and delish, right? So I'm usually all about like doing things really quickly. But so the main, the most important detail is, so you could do this and like just put them in the refrigerator, but it's not going to be, it's not going to work out as well. So the chia seeds will soak in some liquid and some of them will stick to each other and you'll have like some lumps, and that's not very fun. So what you want to do is you stir. Once you add the chia seeds in the liquid, you stir, you stir. And you could do 6 or 8 at a time. So last Sunday, what I did was I made 4 and I kept 2 in the refrigerator and I put 2 in the freezer. And then on Tuesday night, I pulled out 2 of them. So then I had breakfast for Wednesday and Thursday. And I put some frozen blueberries. So I'm just gonna, I suppose I'm gonna just go halvesies, finish off this bag. It was probably just like a quarter cup of berries, which is fine with me. And then what else are we gonna do? We're gonna add some more protein. And that protein is gonna be hemp seeds. I'm a huge fan. Anybody, whoever's been meeting me recently, probably in the last 6 months or so, or a year, I add hemp seeds to a lot of things nowadays. I add them to salads, I add them to anything, because they're sort of, I like the word benign because it means like whatever, like everybody's gonna like them. I haven't had anybody say like, oh, I don't like hemp seeds. They're not really, a lot of people say they're good and like, they're non-offensive. Okay, I'm adding a tablespoon, and you can certainly add more if you want. You can add Greek yogurt, you can add whatever you want. So basically, what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this out for just 10 minutes-ish. I'm not putting a timer on or anything. I'm stirring it a second time here. The blueberries are frozen. So what's cool about using the frozen berries is as they defrost, their delicious sauciness will bleed into the rest of the liquid and the chia seeds and make like a purple chia seed pudding. So that's pretty exciting. So I'm just going to leave these here for like 10 minutes and then stir them one more time and then put them in the refrigerator. So I noticed it's better to like stir 2 or 3 times before putting in the refrigerator. It's going to totally thicken and it's like perfect. Where if you didn't do this method, and I've totally done like put 2 tablespoons of chia seeds and a half cup of liquid and put whatever, stir it and put it in the refrigerator, and it was lumpy and weird. So it doesn't take that much time. But you could literally do like 6 or 8 of these and you can freeze half of them. I'm a big fan of keeping whatever's in the refrigerator for the next 3 to 4 days maximum that you're going to eat, and then whatever you're not going to eat, freeze, because it just retains its freshness. And we want things fresher. Fresher is better always. And certainly add like whatever pumpkin pie spice or cinnamon. I noticed that this is like a visual tip, I guess. So last time I purchased cinnamon was from Trader Joe's, and this is a green label from Christmas. So normally the cinnamon label looks kind of like the pumpkin pie spice, or it looks like the cumin label, and I've made the accident and added cumin to my oatmeal instead of cinnamon. But I ate it anyway because that was what I had for breakfast because I was out and about. You do what you can, and it was healthy anyway. It was just an accident. So those are the 2 tips I wanted to share with you today. I'm super excited about spring. And one of the things I wanted to plant the seed in your mind about this idea. So a 30-day challenge. We probably all heard about challenges. And I've gone back and forth whether or not it's helpful or not. It's up to you if it's helpful. But so 2 weeks ago, I decided I was going to take a break from coffee for 30 days because sometimes I feel like I'm a little attached, and it's really nice to detach from something that's like a regular habit, especially something like coffee where it can like, multiple cups can happen a little bit more often or whatever. And that also like I need it feeling. And so I didn't have a headache. It's just been like an easy 2 weeks without coffee. I have 2 more weeks to go. But I don't think the second week I was like, oh, I could go for some coffee. It'd be really nice. But it was like a mental thing, and it wasn't like I felt bad. I felt like it was like it would be a treat, but I was like, I could figure out other ways to treat myself, right? So think about a 30-day challenge for yourself. And I'm here to support you to figure that out for sure. I'm all about behavior change and creating routines that are helpful, um, routines, habits, and nailing down this whole like meal planning situation. We all need to eat. And if we all talked about how to make it a simple task, then more people would be healthy. I think this is an area of improvement for sure. Like talk about it with your friends and family and make it a thing. Instead of eating out, maybe have a potluck, have everybody bring something and coordinate something. So the last thing I wanted to share was my next meal planning session is coming up this Friday and Saturday. So it's a monthly meal planning session, and the topic is about simple strategies to make meal planning easier. I know that sounds ridiculous, like not clear and not very descriptive, but like meatless Mondays, Taco Tuesdays, be decisive about what you're gonna have. Sometimes have like breakfast for dinner, Huevos rancheros is one of my favorite go-to meals because it's just like so hearty, healthy, and like satisfying. Eggs, whatever way you like your eggs, black beans, salsa, avocado, roasted vegetables, whatever, sauteed vegetables, however you get your vegetables. Call it a day. You don't need the cheese, the tortillas, the chips, etc. Those are accessories, basically. Um, but like when push comes to shove, and you need to have something that's tasty and quick, come up with your go-to list so that it's just easy. It's not a big deal because we know that when a monster is there, all of us have a monster. We have like a hangry monster, we have an angry monster, we have a hungry monster, we have a stress monster, we have exhausted monster, and the monster inside never makes good decisions for our health. We don't want the monster to be in charge of our health. That's when we get in trouble. So I encourage you, when you feel your best, take a moment to strategize and join me for my next meal planning session this coming Friday and Saturday. It's March 31st and April 1st. If you're available for either, please join. The registration link is in the description box below, and there's a different link for both of those dates. But if you sign up for one, you're going to get the information for the other one. That's just how it goes because I like to keep things simple. And then I have this awesome virtual meal planning series, which is a 4-workshop series. The 4-workshop topics are proteins, carbohydrates with fiber and energy, non-starchy vegetables, and then bringing all the concepts together about like balanced meals and snacks as well as healthy fats. And you get a surplus of resources to help you create the foundation of meal planning, like your meal planning system. So I don't want you to create my plan. I want you to create your plan because then it's more empowering. You're more likely to follow the plan that works for you. And I'm here to guide you. So I'd love to see you at any of these. The next meal planning series starts April 15th, and it's four Saturdays. They're not in a row, but you'll get the dates in the description box below. And I have a annual meal planning program where the members, all the people that have joined, have stayed with me, and they continue. This is my 3rd year, and everybody continues with me. They really love the meal planning program, and there's like a community of supportive folks, and it's just really cool. So we want more members because more is better. And it's just like a cool way to like just share what works, what doesn't work. And I think we all need a village, like literally a village to help us grow and become better. Cheers to that notion. Well, if you have any questions about my meal planning program or you would like support to become the best version of yourself, the next best version of yourself, then get my contact information in the link below in the description box. And please, if you like this, if you thought I was funny or something, or if you like any of these tips, and I have like so many other ideas. There's a vault of ideas that I'm looking forward to sharing. Please do contact me. Don't forget to subscribe and share, and check out any of the other videos around. I have some pretty awesome recipes and videos that you can watch to get more inspiration. One of these days I'm going to figure out how to film overhead, work in progress. So thanks for your patience about to be continued until next time. This is Alicia Connor from Quick and Delish. Toodaloo.